Now things are going to start happening on this wall. What you don't know is that behind the tapestry used to be a doorway into the kitchen, and currently it's covered up with just pieces of board hiding behind the tapestry. So I'm going to take down the tapestry, divulge what's hiding there, and we'll take a look, because I'm going to redo that wall now in the next few days in solid pieces of marble. Some of it would be classified as granite, but that's the whole idea. Boring, is it, huh? Little girl? Boring? Yeah, well, I suppose it is. Just Daddy moving the furniture around again. You see how much dust is on the Elizabethan table? Ah yes, and that's where my sword usually resides. Are you starting to get the picture? Bit of a mess, that wall. What is lurking behind there? Well, there you go, what lurks beneath. A few old real estate signs and a lot of dust. Okay, well, let's get on with measuring it up. Now, some of the truth of what is happening here is the fact that it is very, very difficult to get any sheets of wallboard at the moment, because there's a housing shortage. Everybody's trying to build houses in our little village, and wallboard, turns out that sheet that I've been hiding behind there, over $100 a sheet, and I've got just the one. So when I was renovating the bathroom recently, let's go have a quick look at that. So here I am renovating the bathroom, and a shortage of wallboard, so I just used some of the granite I had outside and made a far nicer job than if I had ever used wallboard and painted it white. It's quite stunning, and it does go with the rest of the look, which is this. I'm not showing you the whole thing because I haven't tidied the bathroom, and this is a livable chateau, so there's toothpaste and toothbrushes. So now we've moved the table, the Elizabethan table, out to there. You can see the dust that hides behind furniture in a house with carpets. We can have a look at the ceiling, which is unfinished, and I'm about to install a frieze around that light. But let's get on with this. I've decided it should be all in marble panels. So what we're looking at now used to be the doorway into the kitchen. It opened straight off the vestibule at the front door. Honestly, I took out that wall, which had one small door in it, and I filled in this door, and we opened up the kitchen around the other part of the house. So what we have done here is left a hole, and I'm going to finish this with some beautiful marble. And this is my choice of marbles. Beautiful one from Pakistan, but that one over there, I have my eye on that one, and that one's going to be a tabletop for outside, so we can sit outside and eat our lunch on a beautiful marble tabletop. This one here is nice and tall. This will be cut down the middle to make two pillars. These are to finish the summer pavilion. Then there's another dark black one that I may need for the finishing of the bathroom. And then there are these two, which I think are mighty fine. Those white ones may well do well to be cut down the middle, straight down the middle, and we can make that into two pillars. got rather a lot of this colour, which might do well for the bottom panelling. So although it may look like I've got a lot of marble there, when it comes down to it, I've only got really 3 pieces I can choose from, so we'll run with that. And I hope my lady wife appreciates it, because I know she doesn't like brown marble. And my lady wife calls this brown marble. I don't see it as brown. I see it as being multicolours of pinks and oranges and blacks. I think it's gorgeous. This other one, this is rather special, also comes from Pakistan, where there is aluminium oxide in the ground, and the pressure has formed crystals of ruby. Al2O4, aluminium oxide coloured with a little bit of chrome, will either turn it into, turns it into ruby. If it was coloured with iron, it would be blue and it would be sapphire. I know some of this stuff because I was formerly a jeweller, and you can see the rubies. If there was more light on this, we would see a better representation of what they are. And I think this is stunning enough to be considered for the base. I really do. Yes, that's a little bit different, isn't it, puppy? Yeah, not used to that. Hole in the wall. Hey there. Hey! Yeah, you. I'm really loath to chop this lovely big piece of board into a small door-sized panel, but needs must. I can't afford a new one. I'm not buying any more. We have to make do with what we make do, which is the story of this house. Oh, this is going to make a mess. Wow, it's sublimely easy to cut. It's a lot easier to cut than marble. I don't know why I was fitting out the bathroom in marble when this cuts like this. It cuts like butter. But there you go. A little bit of tidying as we go would be a good thing. I've got to cut the long piece now. But honestly, $100 for a sheet of that is an outrage. Outrageous, I say. I should keep this piece of wallboard to put on the other side of this framing. But as it's covered on the other side by the fridge and the pantry, I think I'll just leave well enough alone and use the one piece here so I can get on with marbleizing this vestibule. And yes, I did take out the cobwebs. Haha, I should save them for Halloween. I'm also reusing the old original nails, just need a little bit of straightening. Because we do believe in sustainability and waste not, want not. These perfectly good nails, why chuck them out and go and buy a new pack? And the floor deserves a bit of a clean. Sort of timely, the dust that was on it. I didn't actually video that part of me, myself and I on my hands and knees washing this floor to get off all of the dust from the plaster. But it comes up beautiful, and now you can see half of the pattern. It repeats on the other side, of course. But here we go. Now we can mark out for some paneling in marble. Marking it out is one thing and laying it out is another. And I can take the time to lay it out because I have pre-bought these pieces of board that I'm going to use to frame the panels. They're a good length. They go from almost floor to ceiling. They do stretch from floor to where I want the railing to be up there. And what's more, for perfectly straight pieces of pine, they're only $9 each because they sell them as the boarding for a futon bed. So they're soft edged and they're planed and they're straight and they're perfect and they're cheap. When I buy the other pieces of thinner, narrower board, they're $23 a piece. So hey, let's call it economics, but if I want to finish this house and get more of it done, I'm going to have to be a little bit canny with the pricing. My thinking is that I can do the narrow panel with a dark piece in a square at the bottom, a long piece with a painted panel in the middle where the tapestry hangs, and another darker piece and a pillar style on the other side. So marble, marble dark, marble dark, marble dark, marble, and painted in the middle where the tapestry can hang. I could even use, and at the top there, put that frieze that I can reshape to accommodate the space. The frieze that is at the top of the summer house. I'll insert a picture of that and see how that looks. Shame if you're just going to hang a tapestry on it, but this is all in a state of flux because we're trying to make up our mind. Colours of the tapestry, browns, etc. Colours in the marble, similar brown tones, browny pinkies, and some greens and beiges, because I really can't waste this beautiful piece of marble that's nice and long. I'm going to lose a bit off the top, but this is too nice to put on the floor. So now what we're looking at is quite a mess on the wall. The marble is going to fit into those panels, and it's all going to work very, very nicely. You know, I was watching something on a beautiful English home by the Rothschild. It's called Waddleston, and they have a dining room that has marble walls. And sometimes, not jealousy, but competitiveness, you have to say, why not me? Why can't I have marble walls? I can't afford men to cut it for me. I can't afford to buy it, but if I get offcuts from the kitchen countertop place, and I learn to cut it myself, and the saw costs $250 with a diamond blade, whoa, to hell with that, let's go for it. Let's have a marble walled entrance. And after playing around with what you saw in the bathroom, I actually think I can do it. And you can either think I'm mad or you can try it yourself, but there's so many things that I learned as a child. Mortaring is actually like playing with sand at the beach. You know, you're dripping sand with water in it. Mortaring is a lot like that. Concrete is a lot like baking. You just need the right recipe and add water. Cutting wood is the same as cutting a piece of paper. You just use a saw, and you might need a little bit more elbow grease to get that done. But in all honesty, every little thing we learned as a child is leading up to us having some abilities to do things as we're older. So run with it, people. Pick up that tool and go for it. And ask for help. I don't like to. I'm a bit of a loner and I like to do things all on my own, but quite frankly, it can be done. Hey, little one. Hello. I can see you. But be warned, all that work on marbling the hall, to have a marble hall, you know, like at a grand house, you could end up with a house that looks somewhat like this, and your neighbours will laugh at you. I don't even invite my neighbours inside. When I give them some oranges, I take them round to them, because an unfinished work of art is an unfinished work of art, and it's really hard to share with somebody until it's finished, especially for, you know, quiet artistic types like myself and my children. We kind of don't like to show anybody, especially when the house looks an utter mess most of the time. I mean, just look at that. Somebody sat down and made that and actually thought to make a beautiful job of it. Hey, Petal. Hey, hello. Good girl. You are special. Yes, you are. What a photo that will make. And yes, I did dust the table. Bit of a pity, considering more dust the better with, ooh, Halloween coming along. I just want to get on with Halloween, but I can't, so that's why I've started this project in the meantime. Let's get on with it. Let's get this hallway finished.